Quick question before we get started. Has anyone ever seen LeBron James and Caitlin Clark in the same room? I'm your host, Hayley Caronia. Get your blue light glasses on because it's screen time. Women's basketball superstar Caitlin Clark has absolutely taken the world by storm, and little girls everywhere, well, you can say they're impressed.
Who is it?
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Is that LeBron James?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, LeBron, there's a new GOAT in town, and I'd bet my money that she's going to cry a lot less than you. She's going to stand for the anthem and most likely sell sneakers to everyone, regardless of political affiliation, because, as we know, Republicans buy sneakers too. And the comment section is ready to forget LeBron James's name completely. That is our LeBron James. Hold on, Lil Mama. She's going to be a household name sooner than later. I mean, pretty much the same thing, just better. I wouldn't go as far as to say that Caitlin Clark is better than LeBron James. Maybe this commenter just meant they like her better. But while Caitlin Clark dominated headlines during the national championship, we've yet to see if the hype will follow her to the WNBA. My prediction is that it'll slow down a little bit. I think people will tune in at the start, see what happens, but as we know, men don't watch the WNBA, and even the women supporting women don't watch the WNBA. So, I don't know. We'll see, but maybe with more girls like this, that will change. Erewhon is the supermarket to the stars. Only found in Los Angeles County, it is where influencers go to pretend they're eating. Model Hailey Bieber has a namesake strawberry glazed skin smoothie that goes for a whopping $19. I don't know why anyone would put the name skin in a smoothie title. That is completely unappetizing, but it's not just frozen fruit and milk. It is enhanced with collagen and sea moss for added benefits. You can rack up the price by adding espresso and essential fats, etc. You can't put a price tag on the Fountain of Youth. But if you think that price is crazy, this will knock you flat on your tuchus.
Tell me why they're selling, this is ice, by the way, for $31.99. 8 ice cubes, ice balls.
Listen, I don't drink whiskey. I'm a clear liquor girl, and I don't need my ice to be clear as well. I know some fancy schmancy whiskey snobs like their ice cubes to be absolutely flawless. If you are one of those types, get far, far away from me. And this is coming from a gal who's not exactly low maintenance, by the way. And the comment section had a field day. Proof that idiots walk among us. That's movie theater pricing. That's water from a glacier in Alaska. I also saw a comment similar to that saying that it was water from Narnia. That would justify an upcharge, I think. My ice maker in my fridge drops ice for free. Same. Sometimes I wonder if this is just a money laundering scheme, and I'm sure there's a $5 spherical ice cube mold somewhere out there. There is. I checked. I have the big cube, like those massive cubes. I have that ice cube tray that I got probably from Amazon. I'm sure it was cheap. But if you do need your ice cubes to be clear, they do have spherical, clear ice cube makers on Amazon for the same price as this Erewhon bag of future water. You're welcome. On a lighter note, this girl dad takes his 6-year-old daughter along with him on the golf course, and her sometimes brutal commentary is going viral. Normally, I'm against backswing distractions, but I think we can forgive this one.
Let's go, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go, woo! How far did it go? We don't know. I think Mom is better than him.
You do?
Here, my dad, he always goes in the water. He's very bad at this, so sometimes he hits the trees down there. He goes way too far, and he hits the trees way down there. How many miles is this?
Not a mile. It's like 400 yards.
What are yards?
This is a yard. Watch me film. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Kids are brutally honest sometimes, and people had to roast him for miscalculating a yard there. He does not know what a yard is either, and by his calculations, that would be a mile. But the video tugged on the heartstrings of golfers everywhere. This is the richest man alive. Low-key want to be a dad now. It doesn't matter how much money he makes, but this guy is successful. My daughter isn't even born yet, and I cannot wait until she's old enough to go golfing with me. And my biggest hope in the world is that I can have this. Bro is winning at life. As a daughter who loves to outdrive her dad, I just thought those responses were so cute. But on the topic of golf course distractions, this one may be furry, but it's less cute.
Dog of the day, we got Mr. Possum. Oh, shit. Oh, he really didn't like that. He is not the most photogenic, nice possum.
This creator posted a slow-mo version of that possum jumping out and screaming at him, screeching at him, and it is so funny. Also, I would like to point out that the possum screams in a lower pitch than the man. The man screams like a girl, and it's higher pitched than the possum itself. It's like when you try to scare someone from around the corner and then you get scared at their reaction, like they end up scaring you. Anyway, I was looking up because I didn't know that possums made that noise. So I was looking up possum screaming. Isn't that scary? And when I was doing my research, I know that there's possums and opossums, but we pronounce opossum possum, but they are different. They look kind of similar, but they're different. One's in North America and one's in Australia. Anyway, the more you know. And one thing I do know is that the government is listening to everything. They're watching our every keystroke, every like, every save, every share, every move. And this guy is using that knowledge to his advantage.
Apparently the government is about to start listening to like stuff that we say on our phones. Well, the first thing I want to say is f*** you. F*** you. F*** you. You fat back wildebeest. Ugly as shit. Funky as shit. Broke ass. Ugly ass. Dumb ass. F*** you. Yeah, listen to that.
Heavy on the broke. If someone called me a fatback wildebeest, I don't think I could ever recover. And when he called the government broke, yeah, it's true. We are upwards of $34 trillion in debt, and they rob us blind to spend it on stuff we don't care about. And if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Closing out the show with our screen time reports, but first, we have to shame last week's loser, Adam, who I've heard may be on his honeymoon. Is that true? Yeah? Oh, well, good for him. Last week, I told you the punishment for the second highest screen time is a public shaming of the most embarrassing thing I can find on my colleague's social media. Adam is squeaky clean. There was nothing embarrassing, but I went with this photo of him letting his girlfriend hit a golf ball off of a tee in his mouth, which is the ultimate test of trust. It's not necessarily embarrassing unless it goes horribly wrong, and considering Adam has all of his teeth, I think it probably went okay. My punishment was to set my screen time limit to whatever the loser screen time was last week. So I tried to go set mine to 9 hours and 13 minutes because that's what Adam's screen time was last week. And apparently you can't do that. So I kind of just put parental controls on my phone so that I can't use it between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. And that got my screen time down to 12 hours and 59 minutes. Very close to the 13-hour mark, but we're getting there. And now we can see who takes the cake this week. Danny had 4 hours, 34 minutes. Kylie, 5 hours, 26 minutes. I must say, my colleagues are in the 5-hour club. Everyone, for the most part, is in the 5-hour club. So I think that's safe to say that that's the average. Chuck had 5 hours, 7 minutes. Nixia, 7 hours, 48 minutes. So he was, I think, the highest here. Katie, 5 hours, 45 minutes. Brooke, 5 hours, 50 minutes. Molly, 5 hours, 31 minutes. Dylan, would you like to pull an audible and throw in your screen time? What is that? I can't read. 8 hours, 56. Wow. Wow. Actually, Dylan is the loser this week. I'm so glad you decided to play. So don't put your Instagram on private because I'm going to have to stalk you later. That's all we have for this week. I've got to get my scroll on. Follow along at Hayley Caronia on all platforms, and I'll see you right back here next week.